Penalty away for Wakefield. A famous night for the Widnes Vikings. Denny Solomona. How about this from the Catalan Dragons? Wins the match for St Helens. Try for Tompkins. Sandow races in. Mark Minicello. What a try this is.
It's time to go around the rugby league world with our travelling scribe, Steve Mascord. Good to see you back.
It's a long time, isn't it? I can't remember the last time I was here.
Yeah. Expecting big rating spikes tonight. We just saw some highlights there of the Super League Super 8. Can you bring us up to speed?
Yeah, of course I can. So the Super 8 started at the weekend, and basically two divisions split into three. And from the point of view, if you're following Super League, the main purpose is to decide who goes up and who goes down. Potentially 4 teams could go up and 4 could go down. But last year, exactly the same teams remained in Super League, and pretty much that's what we're expecting this year as well.
Who's firing
so
and who's failing?
It is promotion and relegation. And the thing about it, and I know that a lot of people think it's a waste of time. Some people think it's got promise. But, you know, Leeds are spending something like £2 million on their players, and Batley are spending $150,000 on theirs. They're now in the same division. So it's a big ask for Batley to go up. But potentially 4 teams could go up.
So this is the Super 8's ladder. So who are you tipping to win the whole thing?
Well, this is the top division, and this determines the semi-finalists, and then the first or second weekend in October who plays at Old Trafford. Obviously, Hull have had a wonderful year. They're in the Challenge Cup final against Warrington in a couple of weeks, so they've got to be right up there. Wigan had a massive win at the weekend, but the team that played in the World Club Challenge, is playing against the likes of Featherstone and Batley because they had such a poor year. That's Leeds. All
right. Zach Hardiker has made his way into the NRL, playing for the Penrith Panthers. Are you a fan?
Massive fan. He's Man of Steel last year. Very rangy player. Very good in broken field like Sam Tompkins was. I'm not sure anyone knows the full story of why he's here, why he's just come for the end of the season. But I did have a chat to him when I was finished on Triple M at full time on Monday night. Ran over and interviewed him for Far and Wide 360.
All right, let's have a listen.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject at the moment. I think, in Super League we've got some terrific players. It's a great competition, and when we've got English guys living in England playing in the Super League week in, week out, it's a bit difficult to, probably go elsewhere when someone's probably Australian and the dad or the granddad's a different nationality. So I think everyone's got an opinion. I've got an opinion on it myself, but it's up to the rugby league and it's up to England at the end of the day. But I'd go for English players who were probably born in England and play in the Super League. So it's good enough competition, and like we showed last year against New Zealand, I know they had a few injuries themselves, but we had a really good victory against the Test series. So yeah, we're definitely good enough. So why not pick us?
So as Chris McQueen and Blake Austin get mentioned as
Trent Hodkinson, the Morris twins, all those guys.
Because of the grandparent rule, here we have an English-born player speaking out against it.
He is the first current England player to speak out against the possibility of Wayne Bennett picking basically Australian-born stars to represent England in the Four Nations this year and the World Cup next year. And just before we came on air, a Change.org petition was put up asking for signatures to prevent and stop Wayne Bennett from picking players under the grandparent rule. It is a massive, massive issue in the international game and in England.
So your big hobby horse, for as long as I've known you, has been international eligibility and the international game. So do you think Wayne Bennett picking Australian-born players who have grandparents from over there is a good or a bad thing?
Here's the thing. I'm not English. So I'm happy to ask friends who are English and viewers who are English. If you win the World Cup next year with half a dozen Aussies, will you be less happy? If you say that will ruin it for me, then I'm opposed. If you say, no, if we win the World Cup, it's going to be great for rugby league, it's going to lift the game's profile in the UK, I'm happy to go with what you say. I'm not English. I think it's an emotional issue.
Yeah, but what about growing the game?
Opinion, though.
Yeah, what about growing the game?
Well, I think
strengthening the game over there.
I think it is. I think it's potentially bad if the likes of Gareth Widdop and Matty Smith miss out to Trent Hodkinson and Blake Austin. I don't think that's really good for the sport in England. And now a really interesting issue of this is the Morris twins. Now it says there's nowhere in the rules that says you can't switch during 4 years from Australia to England or to Australia to New Zealand. However, the RLIF at this point is saying Wayne Bennett won't be allowed to pick the Morris twins. Try telling that to Tony Carroll. He played for Australia and New Zealand.
The whole thing, look, Wayne is about growing the game. That's why he took the job. You're not growing the game by picking half a dozen Australian players.
I guess Wayne would say that he would say that if we have success, our sponsorship, our TV money, our profile and interest will go through the roof, and people outside the game won't know that Trent Hodkinson has never lived in England.
Maybe for the short term.
All right.
But they invented rugby league in England, so that's a big thing. It's not like it's the Cook Islands or Tonga, or it is actually it is a massive swallowing of pride.
Sell me on why the Rugby League World Cup should be played in the United States of America.
Well, I spoke to Jason Moore earlier today. I think the most important thing here is that we get transparency. Jason Moore is the Australian promoter who wants to take the 2021 World Cup to the United States. I think the most important thing is we have a transparency in this decision, because I actually spoke to him about this, about a potential conflict of interest with the RLIF.
I think you'll find that the success of this will be unparalleled. In fact, this will probably be the most successful Rugby League World Cup, because it will be seen as very much so as an international, high-scale, premium global event. And the Americans turn out for sport, and it'd be great to see the game of rugby league expanded into one of the largest commercial and athlete markets on the planet.
England are the only other bidder, and England will have a massive say in where the World Cup goes. That's where the potential conflict of interest is. We've got to have a transparent process.
Right. You'd like to see it in the United States?
Based on what I've seen already, I haven't seen the actual bid documents, but based on it's a once in a lifetime opportunity for the game.
It's great to have you back, and you're married too, by the way.
I am,
since last time we've seen you.
I am.
Well done, lucky lady.
That's where you've been.
Time for a break on 360. Make sure you stick around after the show. On the Couch with Sterlo is up next, featuring Titans hard man Greg Bird, mic'd up.